It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle. He's been torching secondaries all season, now closing in on 1,200 yards. It's the Saints and the Falcons, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They're hot as can be. Winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome.
This taken in at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
Would you say that last week's performance by him wasn't like in terms of the numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Mayfield off the play fake.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
This defense for the Saints, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one. As a quarterback, you got to be cautious. You got to understand where the pressure is going to come from. This time, it's a cornerback coming after him. And this time, the cornerback just a bit late getting to him. The penalty assessed.
Mayfield now.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts,
his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Falcons march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
A first down throw here for Corral.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. And now, Charles, they're working with a short field, a chance to make this a two-score game. And these guys haven't even worked into a lather yet here in the first quarter.
Yeah, how about that? You score, you take it away, get an excellent return, and now you've got a chance to go up 2 scores in this game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
On 3rd down, here's Corral. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Mayfield. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good run, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me, I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The focus goes back to Chris Olave, the Saints offense.
And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to get coverage in his direction.
Pass interference. Offense.
Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Corral looking to pass, second down. Open man is Waddle, complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, first down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 8 carries, 77 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
A good decision in the end to pull and run, get some 9 yards in a first. A give to Kamara running right.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visiting Saints who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in New Orleans. On second down, here's the option.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16.
On first down, Corral.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Saints.
Jalen Waddle,
A 16-yard touchdown.
and the Saints have got it back to within a score.
Extra point by Carlson. Up and good. That'll cut it to 3-10-7. So that drive goes 8 plays.
It was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get it.
Second quarter now, Falcon football. As they've got it facing a second and long situation. Throwing, Mayfield. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
They got his man, complete. 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Allen Lazard, 87 yards.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Coup now for the point after.
It's good to make it 17-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession.
They've got to find a way to get him more involved in this game plan. Down here in the second quarter, he doesn't even have a catch.
And don't think they're not hearing about it in the huddle and on the sidelines. And we often think of wide receivers at times being disruptive. It's just that they know their talents and they know the type of plays they can make, and they can make big ones. They want the ball to help their team.
Yeah, you got to think he's going to want the ball more. One target, no catches. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Fakes a handoff here. Corral. He completes it to Olave.
And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Pretty ideal right there. Keeping yourself, get the 1st down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach and probably his agent, too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Saints are back within a score.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Atlanta regains possession of the football. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Mayfield's throw taken in by London.
It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down.
Mayfield. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. Gets past one man.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mayfield looks to throw into the hands of London. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Mayfield. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. He hit his first. Now this from 43.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Here's Corral on 1st down. The pass caught by Olave. And out across midfield down to the 45. That's good for 28 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Corral's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Corral looking to throw.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13.
Fields it right around the goal line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Corral right back to the air after the pick 6.
He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Meanwhile, Corral's throw caught by Olave.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And Corral with it on first down.
This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On second down, here's Corral.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. And frustration going to set in, as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in...
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Matt Corral in this offense back to the field now. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
It's a pickup of 3.
Corral.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And that is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On third down, Corral.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The throw over the middle taken in.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. From the 38, Corral. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want, because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Corral to throw on 1st and 10.
And his throw here is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage. All off to the guard. It's 4th down.
Corral throwing for it on 4th.
And this one into the hands of DJ Sharp. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. On first down, it's Corral. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Lazard. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 24-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And Lazard's got it again. 7 yards there and a first down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Algier going straight ahead. Oh, what a move. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. On 1st and 10, Mayfield dumps this one off to Algier. No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Mayfield. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Here's Algier again on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Mayfield down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Alan Lazard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went into the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
They'll try and run it here. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of the 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both your pins in this last My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
First down. Here's Corral with it.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man complete. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 54 yards.
That's good for a Saints.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game in the 4th.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2.
Corral throwing for it.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against it.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shot. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On 2nd down, Kamara.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
And quickly, they get to the line.
Corral with it. 1st down here.
And now here's another interception.
And the Falcons will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you. Roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
First down, and they'll start with Algier.
And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
That'll give them 8 that time. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Mayfield. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a give to Algier on the option. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made here at the 36. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeout? To stop you, you're taking charge.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
To throw, Mayfield.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
Only able to gain a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Algier will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Mayfield to throw it.
Got his man. It's London.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Throwing, Mayfield. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Oh, this is blocked. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort that goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it.
And he brings this one all the way back. So definitely good for the individual stats. Maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So down a couple scores, only one timeout left. You figure they have to get this one. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here's Algier again on second down.
And he loses the football the second time. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
That's good for the Saints. First and 10 at the 44.
Here's Corral.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown!
Jalen Waddle.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession.
And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
More minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the Falcons, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.